We pushing live streams, no delay in our grind. Platinum service on our mind, views always on the climb. Shout out to the streamers, we switching up the game. Go Live Vegas, remember the name. Sheesh. Spotlight on every show, we bring that Vegas heat. 777 on the logo, our hustle's never discreet. Dropping content non-stop, setting trends, we never flop. When it comes to streaming kings, we stay on top. Sheesh. Broadcast the rhythm. Go live, Vegas on the screen, feeling the flow, so pristine. Boom, as the beats align, electric dreams, they intertwine. Neon dreams in the digital stream. Lights flash to the sound, surreal. Star Trekkin across the universe. On the Starship Enterprise, on the Captain Kirk. Star Trekkin across the universe. Slowly going forward, 'cause we can't find reverse. Star Trekkin across the universe. On the Starship Enterprise, under Captain Kirk. Star Trekkin across the universe. Slowly going forward, still can't find reverse.
Hello and welcome to Star Trekkin in Vegas with Goldie.
Oh, and Stephen Biggs.
Welcome, welcome. We are live from the Go Live Vegas studios right here in fabulous Central Las Vegas. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we definitely want to give a shout out to Go Live Vegas. They are one of our main sponsors. Go Live Vegas is available for all of your video needs, right? Like he comes out and he's shot a real estate property I had recently. He shot one of my gigs. He's helping me put together some professional looking video reels so that I can get some really great gigs with my band. So if you need anything like that, plus they have this beautiful studio. It's Go Live Vegas, and our other sponsor, Goldsmith Realty Group. I sold a house recently.
I saw that.
That was super exciting, and it's so close to here. It was in Central Vegas, so that was exciting for me because this is my part of town. I love being in my community.
Yay! Yeah, this is actually kind of a nice neighborhood. So.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty great place. Anyway. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I've got this new job working at the John Wick Experience, which has a lot of similarities to the good old Star Trek The Experience.
Oh, yeah. Is there a ride?
There's no ride.
Oh.
There's no ride. I know. That's what we need. We actually need some kind of motion simulator, right? Like you're in the car, right? And you're doing all these turns. But we do have a shooting range simulator.
Oh, interesting.
So so bad guys coming at you and
John Wick is a cop. I never saw the movie.
Oh no, John Wick is a master assassin who gets pulled back into the world because somebody kills his dog.
Oh, what?
Yep. And now there are four actual John Wick movies, a TV miniseries called The Continental, which is set in the same world, and then the upcoming The Ballerina from the world of John Wick, which opens next week.
Oh, that's so interesting. And that is located at MGM?
No, this is over at Area 15.
Oh, Area 15.
It's right for those of you who who know Area 15, it's in the building next to where Lost Spirits Distillery used to be.
Oh, I'm so bummed that place is gone.
Yeah, and a lot of our employees used to work there.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
yeah, so
that
we've heard all
was
the
such a
stories.
magical
It was great.
experience.
And it's still there. That's the sad part. It's still there, just waiting to be used. And the rumors of what they want to use it for are like, no, that's just sad.
Oh,
No.
uh-oh. Well, it's Vegas, you know.
Yeah.
Something's not working out. Next.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of competition.
Oh, can't get the contracts going. You're gone.
I'm actually performing at Area 15 this week.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be there on June 4th for Pride Bingo, benefiting Las Vegas Pride. My auntie Norma, full name Norma Leah Mann, is hosting Pride Bingo, so I'm going to go help out Auntie Norma, and I'm going to be Marilyn Monroe. I'll be
nice.
performing and singing.
Very cool.
So yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited.
Which area?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have a flyer on my Instagram at Goldie Vegas.
Alrighty.
I was also at the Las Vegas Guitar Trade Show yesterday at the Silverton.
Oh, nice.
And me and my guitar player went and played our Joan Jett and the Runaways tribute on the acoustic stage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that was a fun experience. And then this Saturday, I will be at the Double Down Saloon doing Joan Jett again with Las Vegas Punk and Rockabilly. So that's what I've got going on.
Excellent. Yeah. Other than that, the Geek Shock podcast keeps going, and we are rapidly approaching our 800th episode.
Holy cow! How many years is that?
That is since 2008.
Oh my God.
2008.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And y'all do that weekly?
Mhm.
Yeah, weekly. Wow.
Yeah. We record every Wednesday and go from there. Oh.
Oh, hey, my parents.
Nice.
Hello.
That's disgusting.
So anyway, moving on. Do you realize that on July 17th, season 3 of Strange New Worlds premieres on
Yes.
Paramount Plus?
Yes. Oh, I'm looking so forward to that. Because what I love about that show is because they've gone back to more of an episodic nature. If you don't like this episode, great. That story's done. We're going to move on and do something else the next week. So, yeah, it's great.
Right on.
And half the time, I mean, even the quote-unquote duds, I've really enjoyed.
I was not a fan of the musical.
You know?
I was like, no.
No?
No, this
Yeah.
was not for me. And I like
final
musicals. I go see Broadway shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
These are
I
the
could not wait
voyages
for
of
that
the
episode to
Starship
be over.
Well, I will say,
It's 5-year mission.
they didn't
More
do
strange
enough
new world.
different musical theater genres in it, and the ones that they did do, I was like, this song is definitely not in your wheelhouse, guys.
Oh my gosh.
So, but in general, I loved it. I loved Nurse Chapel's number. I thought that was tons of fun.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I should go back and rewatch it. I don't know if I can live through that again.
Yeah.
So we are in June today. Today's June 1st, and
Yes.
I just wanted to give a nod to May being Asian and Pacific Islander month.
Yes.
It's also Middle Easterners month.
Oh, really?
I didn't know this until like last year, and I'm part Middle Eastern, and I didn't know that May is our month.
Yay.
Gene Roddenberry, I believe, said the Starship Enterprise is a metaphor for Starship Earth. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard that?
Oh, yeah.
And so, Star Trek has always been a part of social discourse in our country. Well, since it came out in the 60s. Would you agree?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, and, back then, oh boy, I think you may have kicked my teacher box over. There is a style of theater called historification, which is you take a current social issue, but you set it in some different time so that you can talk about it, and it gives you plausible deniability if censors or government officials start giving you. It's like, no, man, I'm not talking about today. This is from 400 years ago. What's Jake got going?
Most importantly, my birthday was last week. Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
We were chatting with Jake on the live from my TikTok, and we were talking about how he is the one and only ever recipient of our prize trivia giveaway. And so yeah, maybe we might bring that back.
Yeah. So what I was getting at is, so Roddenberry had the same idea. I'll talk about current events, but set it in the future, and that way, or on an alien planet, and that way, if the NBC censors or somebody get a little antsy, I can just say, no, man, that had nothing to do with today. It's in the future. It's on an alien planet. Okay.
Yeah, they really pushed the envelope.
Yeah.
And when the series premiered, it was the episode where Major Roddenberry is the first officer.
Yeah.
And people rejected it. They weren't ready for a female to be second in command.
Right. Yeah. They said, get rid of the woman or get rid of the guy with the pointed ears.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And so Roddenberry's like, well, I'll marry the woman and keep the guy with the pointed ears.
I love that story. Star Trek was one of the first ever TV shows to place people of color in leading roles. I have this little excerpt that I found. According to George Takei, Gene Roddenberry said that the Starship Enterprise was a metaphor for the Starship Earth, and the strength of the starship lay in its diversity coming together. Takei was the original Sulu, a Japanese-American cast to represent all of Asia. The character's name came from the Sulu Sea, which touches several Asian countries. Thanks to Roddenberry's belief in strength and diversity, he gave us Sulu, whose presence helped normalize and integrate Asians into North American culture for the past 6 decades.
Yeah, actually, that's not how Sulu got his name.
No?
No.
Well, I think I got this on StarTrek.com.
Yeah, no. It was a nod to producer Herb Solau, because nobody could pronounce his last name. So they just changed the vowels.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is a much more eloquent story to put on the website, I guess.
Yes.
But, and TV media in general affects the culture. And I know Star Trek definitely was released at a time when our country was desegregating. It was the civil rights movement. Yeah,
it was in the middle of the civil rights movement, in the middle of Vietnam War, in the middle of huge social changes going on so far as generations kind of at war with each other. You had the
that
kind of hippie movement.
Similar to today.
I know, right? If only Star Trek remained relevant. Yeah, and all that was going on. I mean, the summer of '68, a lot of commentators at the time, you had the assassination of Robert Kennedy and the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., both in the same year.
Wow, yeah, very turbulent times.
Yeah, exactly. And just nobody knew where the country was going to go at that point.
Yeah.
That
sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know, again, right? Oh, boy, may we live in interesting times.
So I also Googled what was the first Middle Eastern character represented in Star Trek, and it was Khan.
Yeah.
And played by a Latino.
Yes.
A Latino playing an Indian.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I didn't do a deep dive into that.
Yeah, welcome to the '60s.
But I figured that maybe one of the Klingons was Middle Eastern. I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, well, not necessarily Middle Eastern, but when John Colicos, who played Kor, the very first on-camera Klingon, when he and the makeup artist Fred Phillips, when he got in a chair, Fred Phillips looked at him and goes, "What does a Klingon look like anyway?" And he goes, "I don't know. Genghis Khan? Okay, sure, I can do Genghis Khan." And that's how the Klingon makeup came about for the original series.
That's so funny.
What else we got here?
I'm like, I'll set my glasses down and couldn't find them. Hold on. Khan. He says Khan.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now moving on from Asian, Pacific Islander, and Middle Easterner month, it is now Pride.
Yes.
Okay, so I have quiz questions that are linked to that.
All right.
Okay. What episode featured the first interracial kiss on television?
That would be Plato's Children, and technically it's not the first interracial kiss on television.
No?
That was Julie Andrews and Harry Belafonte on one of Julie Andrews' specials.
Oh, that's so interesting.
And I think also there's a Sammy Davis Jr. and somebody else even earlier than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But so far as scripted, dramatic
TV
television, absolutely.
show. Wow. I'm so happy you're here.
I know.
Okay. Okay. In The Offspring, in TNG The Offspring, in what way did Data give his child bodily autonomy?
Didn't he let Lal choose her sexuality or
He
gender?
let her gender.
Yeah.
He let her choose her gender and something else.
Oh. I don't know. Hair
Her
color?
race, her species.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So
It's been a while since I've seen that episode.
that's okay. What was the first gay character in Star Trek?
Like outwardly.
What was the first openly gay character that was shown in a Star Trek? In a Star Trek.
Here's $5. Go see a Star Trek. You know what? I don't know.
Okay, I don't think you would know this.
No. No.
Okay, so in the Kelvin universe, the J.J. Abrams, Sulu is gay.
Sulu is gay. Yeah.
And George Takei did not like that because Sulu was never gay until J.J. Abrams. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And he was just like, you're changing something fundamental about the character.
Yeah, George Takei, who is famously out of the closet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was obviously a nod to George Takei because Takei is gay, but Sulu is not gay.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's.
And he has a point.
Yeah.
But that was a very kind gesture from
I know.
J.J.
Yeah. It's one of those things of, well, we wanted to do a tribute, but the guy we're doing a tribute to now has objections. Oh, what do we do? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so because it is Pride Month, I did some research. Okay, Plato's Children was the first interracial kiss in a scripted TV show, and it got them in trouble, and they had to chill out a little bit.
Yeah. Sulu has a daughter. Yeah, but what they showed in the Abrams verse is she's adopted.
Yeah, okay, so sorry, I was just, okay. Then TNG Season 3, The Offspring, Data allowed his child to select her race and gender. Season 5 of TNG, The Outcast.
Yes.
Riker has a relationship with an alien whose species is androgynous.
Yes.
Then his friend comes out as female.
Right. Yeah. Like that was kind of a reverse thing. The species is androgynous, but if you came out as a specific gender, then yes. Oh no, that's disgusting. That's horrible. That goes against our societal preferences.
Yeah, and this was all in the early 90s, late 80s, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting that the topics that they're, bodily autonomy of, choosing your gender.
Once again, for those who think that the new Trek is too woke, Star Trek's always been woke.
Yeah, like TNG was way ahead of their time. They just wanted to do something about AIDS back then. You know what I'm saying? And then they're like tackling all these really complex perspectives on gender ideology. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very modern.
It very much is, and and again, you have to look at all that stuff through the lens of the time it was produced. But yeah, Star Trek's always been pushing the envelope of talking about complex subjects relatively intelligently, although every now and then it's a little bit of a lead balloon, but or a little heavy-handed maybe. But still, they're the ones doing it. They're the ones trying to,
and have been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of television that has dealt with issues, but Star Trek has been around for so long.
Almost 60 years.
That's
60 years
insane.
next year.
Okay, moving on to Deep Space Nine. The only thing that I found in Deep Space Nine is that the symbiont that is inside the symbiont Dax, well, any symbiont, they are non-gendered,
right,
and pansexual.
Yes.
So they take on the gender and sexual identity of whoever their host is.
Yeah. Next Gen actually had one of the first appearances of
a trill.
Of a trill, and that had to get the host was going to die, so they transplanted it into Riker. So then Crusher had a relationship with the original host, and now the symbiont host that's in Riker wants to continue that relationship. She's thrown off a little bit by that, and then when they finally find another trill to transplant it into, it's a woman, and Crusher she can't make that leap.
Okay, because you said Riker. It was
It was. It went to several different.
Oh, I understand.
So,
okay, yeah,
so again,
that's pretty complicated storyline.
Yeah, and that's an exploration of, again, how far can you twist not twist? How far can you bend your own sense of your own sexuality or your own friendships or this type of thing to keep a relationship alive? And for Crusher, who is famously heterosexual, having the symbiote be transplanted into a woman with Riker, she was like, okay, this is weird, but I still might be able to go with it. And then but it was like,
I'm glad you remember this.
Yeah.
He had a little tail or something, right? Am I thinking of the same episode?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, trills were in the early stage of development.
Yeah.
Like the actual trill themselves had ridges and stuff, and then when they cast Terry Farrell as the drill, they went, let's get rid of those ridges. Just give her dots.
Yeah. Okay, and then we already talked about Sulu and J.J. Abrams. In Discovery, Stamets and Hugh are the first gay couple in Star Trek.
Yeah, certainly the first ongoing gay couple. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really word that correctly. Mirror Universe Giorgio is pansexual.
Oh yeah, Giorgio wants it all.
And then they have some non-binary character. Is that right?
Yes.
Or is it two non-binary?
It technically
like
is two
non-binary.
two non-binary characters. One of whom is a trill. And
oh my goodness.
yeah, it's and again, that's where people, they have an agenda. They're pushing. Star Trek's always push this agenda, guys. If you don't understand that, you don't understand Star Trek. Sorry.
Right. Well, it's freedom. It's
Yeah.
freedom to be who you are and who you want to
Right.
be. It's about freedom. I said that recently. That Pride it's about freedom for everybody.
Yeah, and literally hurts no one.
Yeah.
Oh well, don't get me on my soapbox.
Okay, so moving on. We have toyed with the idea of doing a discussion based on star dates. And so I just kind of made some notes about what that would look like. We can talk about it because I feel like I always start this and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll start with Enterprise. But then I've seen Enterprise so many times.
Yeah.
But Enterprise is where you start. And Enterprise has probably I I think it's probably my favorite series premiere.
Oh yeah, Broken Bow, when that thing hit the ground running. I mean, it was. Yeah, we
It
were
was
all like,
cool.
"Oh, this is going to be good."
Yeah, with the Klingon.
Yeah.
What, you don't like Enterprise?
No, it's not that I don't like it. I think at times, because it's trying to be all things to all people, it ends up being nothing for no one.
I loved it. That's one of my favorite series.
Which is fine. And yeah, do not let anyone yuck your yums. You know.
I love that. That episode is a really great episode.
Yeah,
and I love how Archer was. I just love his character.
Oh yeah, Archer's great. It's just every now and then they get into some dialogue where you're like, wow, that's really heavy-handed. Like, oh, the one that I always bring up just because it is so ham-fisted. He's talking to, I'm gonna say Tucker, or I can't remember who, but they're in a jail or something like that, and he has a oh, is Tinkerbell around? But he has this conversation where he's like, well, until Starfleet gives me, I don't know, some sort of prime directive, and I'm like, really? Really?
It all starts somewhere, Steven.
Well, I know, but do you have to actually say prime directive
Yes.
in the actual line of
Yes.
dialogue? Grumble, 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 grumble. But no, and I will say this about Enterprise. Seasons 3 and 4, really good. I just don't think they needed the temporal Cold War. I thought that.
Yeah, well, the first 2 seasons was the temporal Cold War, and then the last 2 seasons were the Xindi.
Well, the 3rd season was Xindi, and then the 4th season was the aftermath of that. But that's when they brought Manny Cotto on, who fresh off of 24. Manny Cotto, who is also a huge Trekkie, much like, oh, I'm going to get his name wrong. Oh, the guy that did the 3rd season of Picard, Metalis, something Metalis. Anyway, they're both huge Trekkies, and then they both got to showrun a Star Trek TV show, and they both brought their love of Star Trek into those TV shows. And most people say, yeah, 4th season of Enterprise and 3rd season of Picard is kind of what we were waiting for.
Oh, Picard, the 3rd season.
Which basically was a TNG reunion season.
Oh my gosh, the series finale of Picard is my favorite.
Yeah.
I used to say Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Odo goes into the link and he puts on his tuxedo.
Yeah. So much goodness. But.
Okay, so after Enterprise's Discovery seasons 1 and 2.
Yes.
And we have talked a little bit about the evolution of Klingon makeup.
Yeah.
And the first time I watched Star Trek Discovery, I think because it looked so different than what I'm used to, I couldn't get into it. But then I watched it the second time, and I was like, why didn't I like this? It's so good.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, when you first see it, it's very jarring. But once you
Well,
kind
they're
of,
so alien.
yeah, and
That really makes
which
it.
they kind of are, right? And that's just the progression, right? They went from looking like Genghis Khan to, in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, they had a bigger makeup budget, so they gave them all the forehead ridges that we know and love now, and then that basic similar makeup kept all the way through the original series movies into Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise, because they had the same makeup crew for all those years, Michael Westmore. And then, yeah, when the Abrams movie came, they said, okay, we want to do the ridges, but we have a new makeup guy, and we don't want to pay Michael Westmore for his makeup designs, because then we're paying 2 makeup people. So they kind of did their own thing for the Abrams Star Treks. And then, yeah, when Discovery came along, they were like, yeah, we want to do something really weird with the Klingons. And it's like, okay, it's taking me a while to get into this. A friend of mine says, yeah, they're just Xindi.
Oh.
And I was like, you can make that point. But again, has to do with the behind the scenes. The real world explanation has to do with copyright if they use the Westmore makeup designs, they would have to pay Michael Westmore. But they also have their own makeup guy, so now they're paying 2 makeup people. So the economics of that don't quite add up. Somewhere along the line, though, they eventually did say, well, I guess we'll just pay Michael Westmore, because Strange New Worlds has the good old Westmore bumpy-headed Klingons.
Oh,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah. So and all the producers were like, yeah, I think we've seen the last of the Discovery seasons 1 and 2 style Klingons.
So sorry, you have a better memory about this stuff than me. In Discovery, what is the link between season 2 Discovery and Strange New Worlds? Because it's really just like a continuation.
Yeah, it really is.
But what's going on there? Why is Captain Pike? How did he get involved with?
So
the
he gets
Discovery
involved as captain of Discovery because the original captain of Discovery was shown to be from the Mirror Universe, and so he came to an untimely end at the end of season 1.
Okay.
So they had to bring in a seasoned captain for a while for Discovery.
Okay.
Until they could sort, Michael Burnham's history out.
Yeah.
And figure out what they wanted to do there. And then also Spock was having huge emotional issues. So it was basically kind of trying to figure out what's up with Spock, what's up with Burnham's mother, who apparently is traveling through time.
Yeah.
And then so then they bring in Pike, and everyone, well, not everyone, most people, the vast majority of Star Trek fans were like, okay, Anson Mount Pike is the captain I didn't know I needed. And we want more. We want more. The reception was so positive that's when we get Strange New Worlds.
And then following Strange New Worlds would be the original series.
Yes.
Then the Kelvin timeline.
Yes.
Then the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the movies, all the rest of the movies.
Yeah. Yes. And
then TNG.
TNG, and then those go in order. TNG, Deep Space Nine,
Voyager,
but then back to Enterprise.
Wow.
Well, and then
That's a lot of TV.
that. Yeah. And then Picard, and then is there something else I'm missing? Oh.
Yeah, my notes kind of just trail.
Yeah. Oh, and then Lower Decks takes place immediately after Star Trek Nemesis.
What about the one on Netflix?
Oh, that one is immediately after. Not immediately after. A few years after, like it'd be the same. So you get to the end of Voyager till now, so far as the real world dates go, and that's how long in Star Trek world Prodigy takes place.
Prodigy,
so,
okay.
Like 20 years, 25 years. 25 years after Voyager is when Prodigy takes place.
It's a lot of Star Trek.
It's a lot of Star Trek, and I actually ended up enjoying Prodigy after the first few episodes of them setting up all the characters.
Cute. I like it.
Yeah, and then you get
so different.
Yeah, and you get more Janeway, and eventually you get Chakotay and Tuvok and everyone else.
I need to get caught up on Prodigy.
Oh, me too. I haven't seen the second season yet, and I believe it's about to leave Netflix.
Oh, no. Okay, well, then maybe that should be our next topic, Prodigy.
Yes.
Okay. With our extra special guest, our extra special secret guest.
Yes.
And then
And maybe April.
Maybe April and maybe Kirsten.
Yes.
So I feel like we had an Endorian Pride Day already.
Yes, we kind of did.
So it's like,
oh, my lordy, that blue makeup. Yikes. It was funny because because my memory of April and Kirsten wearing that was that it looked really good. Like it actually stayed on and they were able to...
You looked really good. We both looked really good.
Except every time I furrowed my brow, the makeup would come off in the...
Wait, here?
in the wrinkles, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you probably couldn't see it on the TV, but as I was putting it on, I was like, how come I can't get the makeup to stick? And especially on my hands, it just wouldn't stick at all.
And the wig that you wore...
The wig was peachy.
J.G. Hertzler wore that at the Star Trek convention last year because he needed a gray or a white wig, and that's what I had.
Okay, cool.
Your J.G. Hertzler has that wig now.
Excellent.
They might have, I don't know if they, yeah, surely they packed it up and took it. Okay, so next time we will do Prodigy, and then April and Kirsten. Oh, okay. So, well, you think April and Kirsten are gonna want to talk about Prodigy?
Maybe not, because I know Kay doesn't watch it.
You think April would wear her Lucy dress?
She might. She was actually game for it this time, but then ended up going out of town.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's going to be special. We don't want to
Yeah.
give anything away on that.
Yeah. Because I
but-
know she will probably pull it out for the convention. She almost always does.
Yeah.
So
we'll
this
let her
might be a
talk
good-
about that and why
Yeah.
she does that.
This might be a good trial run.
What about Kirsten? What do you think you can get Kirsten to do?
Not dress up.
No, he won't dress up.
No, he's kind of like me. I really don't like to cosplay unless I'm getting paid to do it, or unless it's something easy like last year's convention where I dressed as Frakes.
Yeah.
So, which I'd been planning to do for 5 years.
Well, I don't want to do body paint because I was gonna go do something after the podcast.
Yeah, and that's
So-
why I can't really do it because I'm usually going to work right after this. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I might be in hair and makeup. We'll see.
Yeah. It'll be fun. Let's see, Lucy, you could be Ethel.
No. Krista. Hello, Krista.
Oh, yay!
All right, y'all. Well, I don't know. Should we cut it shorter?
Well, I don't know.
This
Yeah,
is
we
what
kind
I had
of breezed. We
prepared.
kind of breezed through
I know it was.
everything.
I feel like it was more content than
Yeah. Oh, okay. So our next one will be July 6th.
yes.
So July 6th, everyone.
No. Is that no?
Yeah.
Is that July 6th?
Yeah. I just checked. I checked
Okay.
before we started.
Okay.
And so actually they moved the Star Trek convention to the second weekend in August this year, which is good because that means if I do have it off, I might be able to go. Otherwise, I will be in fabulous Indianapolis for Gen Con, which is a big gaming convention.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, I have my marriage officiant license,
That's right.
and I was gonna do weddings, but I think I'm gonna chicken out. Like,
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I try to sit down and write it, and
It's more cheddar.
I know. I just okay. Well, first of all they closed the chapel at the Rio,
Oh.
so
Really? Like for good? They're not
It's
just doing
done.
a remodel?
no,
Oh.
they're done. They don't have a chapel anymore. So that was the hook, was that I could go be Janeway at the chapel at the Rio and just use the Star Trek script.
You know what? I mean, you probably have to talk to Adam and what's his name, but maybe see if you could do it at their, not Quarks, what do they call it? Jimmy's. Their bar. Area.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, do it there.
Oh, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah, I will say they'll probably try to horn in on the cash though.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind making money anyway.
Right.
Because those weddings, they're okay. You've inspired me. I'm
There
going to
we
get
go.
myself together. I'm also doing Marilyn Monroe this week, so I would have an opportunity to film a Marilyn Monroe ceremony.
Yeah.
So that's something I need to work on this week.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You do the Marilyn Monroe. What else could you do? You could do a Joan Jett wedding. You could do.
See, I don't know. I don't impersonate Joan Jett in my show.
It's just okay.
It's just me singing Joan Jett and the Runaways songs.
Nice. It
And-
is a puzzlement.
Huh?
It is a puzzlement
Yeah, I have an idea. Okay, so this summer I said if I could practice my guitar every day for 20 minutes, I will make some progress. And if I just focus on like I love rock and roll, maybe I could turn that into a wedding ceremony.
Oh yeah. Anything like that.
Something. Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you for watching us make some sausage here.
Thank you to Go Live Vegas. We appreciate you so much. I don't feel bad like cutting it short today because I think we had some pretty profound conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're just Oh well.
Let me know if you need to buy a house
Yeah.
anywhere in the